In the road of life, there are many barriers. Barriers that challenge your heart, your soul, even your most physical being. No matter how many times they may knock you down in pain and agony, or how many times you get up and tell yourself, I am not going to do this again. A stubborn determination grabs hold. Fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, and honored guests. What I'm talking about is a wall. A wall that is formed when all your body's glucose stores have been depleted. This wall is commonly found in mile 20 of a marathon. Let me take you back 6 years to the first Sunday in March, just 2 months after I moved to Los Angeles. I was watching live TV coverage of the Los Angeles Marathon. Motivated, I stood up and yelled, "Next year, I'm going to run the Los Angeles Marathon!" Equally motivated was my neighbor when she responded, "Shut up!" It was early in the morning. A few months after that, it was as if I'd completely forgotten anything to do with the marathon. Or so I thought. Because when I found out the registration had opened up, I stood off my chair again and went to go pay my registration fee, $85. $85. That's it, no turning back. They don't get refunds. So that was when I Googled, how do you run a marathon? And what Google told me was that I should run a 3-hour marathon. To do this, I should run 4 to 5 days a week, 30 to 45 minutes a day, except for weekend long runs, which increased every week by 15 minutes to peak at 3.5 hours. Confused? So was I. Nevertheless, I somehow completed the 3-month training program and showed up at the start. First half felt good. Second half, not so good. Because that was when my right hamstrings just started cramping up, and then both my calves, And right on cue, mile 20, I hit my first marathon wall. It wasn't pleasant, but I somehow finished the marathon, and I finished it in 3 hours and 26 minutes. Far from my goal. You know what? I wasn't discouraged. It was only my first marathon. So even before I even was able to start walking straight, I signed up for another marathon. And then another marathon. And then another. All with the same result. Pain. I quit. Or so I thought. Because when I signed up for Long Beach Marathon, I was so determined to break that 3-hour barrier that I was running 100-mile weeks and breaking down my body so much with speed and strength work that 2 weeks before the marathon, I got the flu. The flu. Remember, they don't give refunds. So I recovered enough and joined the thousands of fellow marathon runners at the start. First steps just flew by. In fact, I hit mile 20 in 2 hours, 20 minutes. Everything was going great. No way I was going to hit a wall. I hit the biggest wall ever produced by a marathon. Ow. Really, ow. I literally walked. No. I crawled the last 6.2 miles of the marathon, including the time I spent on the side of the road crying. I got up and finished that marathon in 4 hours. 4 hours! I'm not going to ever run another marathon again. Ever! because after a couple years of running shorter, faster races, 5Ks, 10Ks, not doing so bad. I was winning a few, medaling in most. A friend of mine came to me and asked me, Ish convinced me to run Cal International Marathon with him. No more marathons. This time it would be different, he said. This time he'd be my training partner, and he was actually bringing a coach guaranteeing that I wouldn't hit the wall. Guaranteeing. All right. So on that foggy December morning, we showed up at the start. Wow. First half was great. I even left my training partner behind. Hit mile 20 in 2 hours. Flat. That's 6 minutes per mile. That's 10 miles an hour. I was afraid of that wall. Mile 21, no wall. Mile 22, nothing. Yeah, mile 23, I felt so good. I ran 15 seconds too fast. So I hit the wall. But this wall was different. In fact, I didn't notice it until I saw my training partner fly by and I was powerless to keep up. Thought you said you guaranteed no wall. What wall? Yeah, wait a minute. What wall? I felt great. So I faced this wall that I had chiseled down so low that I hopped over it. Finished the marathon in 2 hours, 41 minutes. Finally meeting my goal and finally ending this marathon craving that's been haunting me. Or so I thought. You know, I heard Boston's nice in spring.